It's mile an hour. Waiting for that mile an hour. There you go. Hey, welcome live. We're on 1320. I want to welcome all of our 1320 fans. Appreciate you joining in. Paul just ran in that beautiful 65 Mustang at 169.3.
What's up?
We are live at the 2021 Indy Airstrip Attack. Of course, that is brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, First Farmers Bank, and Trust. We've got English Racing in the house. We got Vengeance Racing. We got Hefner Performance. We got it all. Tyler McGinty in that BMW unleaded 88 car. Steven, the ZL1. Tyler's going to go around him on the outside. Nipped him on the end, mile an hour for both of them. Looks like we have a mile an hour issue. Going to have to radio probably timing and scoring to probably take a look at that. I'm pretty sure Tyler was going faster than 13.88 miles an hour. Just saying. And I'm also pretty confident that the other car was not going 1,000 miles an hour. So we'll probably get that looked at. Meantime, take a look at everybody joining us at 1320.com. Appreciate you joining us today out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana. There's Big Red, the 69 Camaro. That big wing, can't miss that. That's right there. That's our pre-grid. Getting ready to get on to the track. You'll see a bunch of real fast cars out here this weekend. So excited for everybody to join us out here. We've already seen plenty of over 200 mile an hour, half mile cars. It's been pretty crazy out here already. And it's, like I said, the wind is kind of a side to tail breeze, kind of hard to tell. Thanks for joining us out here. Hello to everybody. We got some real fast stuff. We've got Hefner's out here with Jacob James and a lot of some fast Lambo stuff. We've got Vengeance Racing in the house. We got English Racing in the house. Lots of over 2,000 horsepower cars on the property. Haven't even seen some of those run just yet. We're going to try to reset the world record once again this weekend. You're not going to want to miss that. Which car will it be? Well, I'll let you know. I'm going to keep it a secret right now. We will be live all day today and all day tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss anything. I know I've got some inside track on a lot of the cars and drivers here, so I'll get you in the loop on that as we kind of go. I want to make sure I'm link driver and everything with the appropriate car so you can follow at home. I know we're kind of waiting for timing and scoring right now to kind of get some stuff dialed in, which is a little out of my vantage point. But you can see right now that is the starting line. We call that the launch pad. A lot of video crew obviously up there. I don't know if they're videoing the grid girls more than the cars or the other way around, but either way, your views are going to be fantastic. What you got there on your left is Chrissy, grid girl, and then I believe that's Shayla. She is actually an umbrella girl in training. The car, I don't have that information up on my screen just yet, that beautiful GTR, but it's coming. Welcome all of our 1320 video fans. Hopefully you were out at the ice cream cruise last weekend. I know Jacob James, Jessica James, and that beautiful green Hefner on the side of it semi, they were out there set up. They're here to party. Jessica's already done a blistering 194. Here's a bunch of the cars all lined up ready to go. We've got a lot of speed out here at Indy this year. Probably more than I've ever seen, actually. More than last year for sure. If you joined us last year and liked the program, you're really going to like it this year because we brought some heat. And you can see it right there. All the cars lined up. That's probably the most cars I think I've ever seen lined up at one of these events. Look at that beautiful, I think it's a 55, 56 Chevy. I can't tell from my vantage point, but it's bad fast. I know a bunch of these cars are looking for either personal bests or world records, and we have plenty of world record capable cars here, so hang tight. We do have Tamsin in his GTR, 1400 horse. I don't have a best of yet, but that is what's on the starting line. So when we cut to that, there's all of our crowd. We are green and good to go, so watch our grid girls. Tamsin's going to light off in that GTR. Hang tight. Got the parachute, little slow start, but it looks good on the big end. Definitely lifted. Getting a feel for it. It's a lot of horsepower to harness. Tamsin right there, mile an hour, 165.08, and he lifted and got a slow start. So probably a lot to expect from that car. Looks like we got a bike coming up. Always like the bikes, but they always make me nervous. I'm always scared for them. This is John, 2022 Honda CB1000. Are you ready for it? Arr, arr. That's right. Imagine being on only 2 wheels. Good looking bike too. A little bit of traction. Looks good. Good looking Honda. What's that mile an hour going to look like? I haven't called one of these yet. 155.66. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got a couple big races coming up. Right now, it looks like I've got Tracy in a 335 IS, 550 horse. But what's next to him? That's right, RJ Gottlieb in the big red Camaro, 1,650 horse. Looking for that first 200-mile-an-hour pass in the half mile. That big wing's no joke. Here we go. Come on, RJ. Ooh, that looked good. That looked real good. What's that mile an hour? There it is, 214.49 miles an hour for RJ Gottlieb in Big Red, right off the trailer. What do you think about that? Not to be outdone, Tracy in the 335 IS for 96 miles an hour. Got to get him into Dustin in a Kawasaki H2, John in the ZX14R. That's what's on your starting grid. What do you think about that Big Red? Around the outside, little huge upset right there. Mile an hour, 178.3 for Dustin, 166.9 right there for John. That's the first time Big Red's been over 200 miles an hour at an Airstrip attack. I know they've been trying at Coalinga. Got some traction out here. That could look good. Waiting to see what's going to pop up here on my screen. But it looks fast to me. I'm pretty sure that's Michael. I'll wait for him to kind of get into my queue here. No, that is not. I'm not sure who that is. We'll find out here in a second. That is Bill, 15 Z06, 1200 horse. I haven't called this car before. See what's going to do. Chrissy lining him up. Either that or she's trying to fly. I'm not sure which. Being unleashed right now, Bill in this beautiful Corvette. Sounds like he might be having some traction-related issues, not sure. Mile an hour, 180.36, still look good, and I think there's more in that car. Chris Brockman, 03 Mustang, 425 horse, Mike McCarley. correctly, ZR1 with 1,035. That is what's on your launch pad right there. Little Sonic Blue Terminator Cobra singing down the straightaway. And then got out of it. Either that or it was the longest shift I've ever heard in my entire life. Not sure what happened to Mike. I think he got out of it. Good looking car too. 134.7 for the Terminator Cobra. And the long shift. Mike, he's still making his way down. Not sure how this is going to play out. Hopefully they see the Corvette on the big end. That's Nicholas O'Hara in the CTSV Slava in the M6. Slava might have had to pull out of it there. The Corvette was not all the way off the track. So either way, I believe Slava probably pulled out because he did see something else on the track. 104.6, Nicholas with a 148.5. Stephen in a Corvette coming up 650 horse. Brandon English in a Camaro SS 600 horse. That's what's on the launch pad right now. So here comes the round the outside sneaky pass. Steven with the nope. 142.7 for Brandon, 163.6 for Steven in that Corvette. Now I got Mark Bayless back in that Viper RT, Mark Brown in the Big Duke. Yeah. Of course, you got Unleaded 88 from the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Let's not forget them. Big sponsors out here this weekend. Mark from Indy Garage. Can't miss that. Viper. Just an FYI, that car is running Unleaded 88, the Viper. I don't know what the bike's running, but probably faster that time around, 153.5. Them. Now we got Mike Stout in a 2,000 horsepower Corvette. John in the Red Eye Hellcat. Here comes Mike. Here's your fastest C7 Corvette in the world. Right on by. Pulls the parachute, mile an hour. 215.83 miles an hour right off the trailer. Vengeance Racing in the house. John with the Hellcat Red Eye. Haven't got his mile an hour just yet. Up on the starting line, I've got Eugene McAllister, 335i. Tony Reed in the Corvette, 680 horse in that 800 in the 335i. Might have a timing and scoring issue, not sure. Trying to sort that out. Give me just a second here. Play radio over. Eugene looks like he did do a 163.99. Looks like I might have an issue on the far side. Mile an hour. It's not pulling up on our screen or anywhere else, so get that information to who needs to have it. Meantime, on your screen there, we got Scott Swanson, CTSV, Tom in his R8, 1,400 horse in the R8. He's using all of them, and I do mean all the way. 198.59. 138.76. Something does not seem right to me. Hang on a second here. All right, everybody at home, I'm just doing my job here, making sure everybody knows timing and scoring. Hey, there I am. How's it going? Good morning to you. Welcome to the 2021 Indy Airstrip Attack. Of course, that's brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Unleaded 88. Of course, we got our good friends First Farmers Bank and Trust. They got the big green blow-up pig out here. Kind of cool. They got a nice little display. Apparently, I stole their table, the one I'm looking at right here, probably. Of course, always want to thank our syndication partners, 1320 Video, Street FX, and of course our good friends at Global Time Attack GTA. Love those guys. Check them out. I think I'm going to do some GTA business this year, maybe next. We'll find out. I don't have anything fast and cool, though, so there is that. But sitting on the line, you see Julian Bassler, beautiful Huracan, 640 horse. Brian Priest in that Camaro, 814 horse. We're just kind of waiting for some timing-related things. We just watched Big Red rip through the traps at 214 miles an hour. That would be Big Red's first over 200 half-mile pass here at one of these events. Looks like they gave us green, Julian in the Huracan, Brian in the Camaro. Julian, one of the nicest guys out there. He's got some beautiful cars too. Really like seeing Julian out here. Been a best of 140s, I want to say. This time 135.3. Brian with a 142.8. Get off the starting line. That's Robert Paxton in the GT500. Eric Patterson in the Z06. Little Corvette on Mustang crime action unfolding right there. Robert Paxton with a 148.4, 153.9 for the Corvette. Peter in his Mercedes E63 AMG, 603 horse. And the King, English Racing built Mickey Noriasada. Mickey is not mousing around. He's out here with 1,400 horse. There he is. Will he be able to stay out in front? Will the King make the pass? There's the King. Mile an hour. Mickey with a right off the trailer 191.2 English Racing in the house. Nicely done. Peter with a 150.15. Got Patrick Kennedy to 135i, 800 horse. Justin with an SRT 370 horse Jeep. Woo! Gotta like the King, always doing work. That's a long time build from English Racing, just throwing it out there. That car has been all over. He's just looking to have a good time this week, but I guarantee he'll be over 200 before the end of the day. So Patrick Kennedy looks like a 158.5, 120.6. Look at the starting line. Look what we got there. Julian Bassler, Nismo, Clinton in that AMG GTS. Here's our end car. Coming up. Good looking cars. Julian Bassler, Clinton there in the GTR. 149.8. Julian Bassler with a 135.4. Al McClure in the Saturn. Leanne in the GTR, also in-car camera shots here in this purple GTR. Gonna definitely want to see that. 600 horse against 600 horse. Oh, gonna take him to gaps. Look at that. Great shots. Looks like the Corvette's gonna make up some time on the end. Mile an hour. 152.9 to Leanne's In-car camera 152.2. Brandon coming up with a GTR 600 horse, and that has already been a best of 154.5. Mark Moreno, 600 horse, don't have a mile an hour yet, but that's what's coming up. You can see cars heading towards the grid. That is our pre-grid. Beautiful GTR making its way down. Speaking of GTRs, I heard English Racing starting to unload some of those beasts in the pits. Brandon, that time around, 155.7, new best, 155.3, pretty close race. Gabe, ATSV, 464 horse up against Andrew in the Z06, 560 horsepower in that one. That's what's on the launch pad. Shayla with the arm drop side by side there. It's going to be Advantage Corvette this time around. Mile an hour, 125.7 for the ATSV, 155.3 for the Corvette. Got Stephen Bartholomew in that 2020 Trackhawk, 650 horse. Lawn in the Corvette, 650 horse. Trackhawk launch mode engaged. Will it be enough to hold off that mighty Corvette? I don't know. Mile an hour, it ought to be interesting. 157.8 to 162 for Lawn. Now we got Tom Brett's in that beautiful 1,400 horse 56 Chev. Been a best of 184. Brandon in the Ferrari Pista next to him, 900 horse. Looks like he got out of it. Is he going to get back into it and hold the Ferrari off? What's going to happen? Oh, yeah, he's back in all right. Not today. I don't want any Italian dressing. Bye-bye, Tom. Mile an hour, 187.66. Still went faster than the last. Brandon, no slouch either. 170.7. Up next, Paul in that beautiful Mustang. 700 horse, been a best of 169. Pretty famous road race car. Lots of rear downforce. Paul's mile an hour, 172.8, going faster. That's what's going to happen. Jacob James in an Audi R8, 1,500 horse. He's been over 200 miles an hour. Jason Stock in a GT 350R, 1,200 horse. That's what you see on the launch pad. Jacob James with the round the outside pole. That mile an hour looks like it's going to be strong. Both of them going fast. Wait for it. What's it going to be? 202.7 miles an hour for Jacob James. 169.11 for the GT350. Now we got Travis in the Z06. 505 horse there. Jacob James right off the trailer. Hefner R8 202.7. You got to like that. Everybody at home watching, I hope you're enjoying the show. We're seeing a lot of fast over 200 mile an hour cars. The most I've ever seen out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. Of course, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Unleaded 88, and First Farmers Bank and Trust. That's Tommy in the ZL1, Travis in the Z06. Making up some time there at the end. Mile an hour probably show that. Yep, 165.8 to 159.6. Gabriel, the AMG GTS Octavian and a Challenger, 650 horse to 600 in the AMG. AMG. Gabriel with a 158.6. Octavian with a 136.4. Now I got Rob Gonzalez, 68 Camaro, 1,600 horsepower. Against Greg in the ZL1 with 650. Working on this Camaro. Good first pass for them for the morning. Mile an hour. 160.9 to 156.09 there for Greg. Now we got my main man, Josh Kalis, 69 Camaro, 1,600 horse. He's looking for 200. It's coming. You got to check this car out. It is beautiful. Hopefully they'll get a little better shot. There you go. And in and out. I know he's got a new combination he's been working on there. Mile an hour, 166 or 176.6. The car has been over 190 miles an hour multiple times, so it's coming. Zach in the Neon SRT4, 600 horse. Russell in a Nova SS, 800 horse. At this point, he's like, please don't have the Neon pass me. I don't want to get passed by a Neon. Please, please. Doing a good job out there. Both Zach and Russell. Mile an hour for Zach in the Neon. 147.8. So the Neon out mile an hour in the Muscle. Russell with a 132.3. Sam Wampler, 1,500 horse Corvette up against Tim Hopkins in his Lambo Huracan, 1,300 horse. This could be a good race. Well, it started out like it was going to be a race. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but that's sometimes racing, right? So Tim in that beautiful Lamborghini with a 149.11. Sam with traction or lack thereof with a 120.4. Now I got Ransom in his Hayabusa, 400 horse in this thing. Don't have a mile an hour, but here he goes. Good there. Hayabusa, 400 horse, no joke. Mile an hour coming up. 176.7. Makes it our fastest bike yet. Now we got Greg Kitts, Corvette, Nicholas O'Hara, and that CTS V. Great shot of the starting line there. CTS V is not going to wait for that Corvette. Nope, not a chance. Nicholas with a 145.4. Greg with a 149.7. Corvette making up that big top end power. Now I got Ryan Hopkins, 700 horse Porsche 911. Michael Tucker in a GT500, 650 horse. Shots. Look at all that corn in the background. That's fuel and food, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 154.0 for the Porsche, 156 for the GT500. Briar Madden, Challenger Hellcat Ryan, 115 Mustang, 1,000 horses each. Hellcat is plum crazy purple. Briar coming up mile an hour, 134.8. Ryan sneaking through the 160.03. Got my good friend Todd Nall out there in that Porsche GT3 1400 horse. He's been over 200 miles an hour. Not him in his M3, 700 horse. There you go. Little Todd is on it. Right off the trailer, Todd. Jeez, let it warm up at least. Mile an hour. 192.5 right off the trailer. Good job. FP in the house as well. Not him with a 161.4. I got Kent in that CBR 1000 RR. It's that bike you see right there on the screen. To those that are asking if our grid girls have Instagram handles, I will let you know soon enough. Coming up, I see English Racing's back on the line. 1,250 horse Aaron O'Neill. Just after this race, going up against Michael Rieger in an 08 Corvette. First Kent in this bike, mile an hour, 107.7. Looked like he got out of it. So this is Aaron's return right here. He said he's gonna just do a baby pass. He hasn't been out in 3 years rebuilding this car. That is the Civic. Michael in the Corvette. Aaron's looking pretty tidy out there. It looks nice and straight. Nice shot there. Michael Rieger with a 161.7, 161.17. Fell a little short there, Aaron. Hit the gas pedal next time, my friend. Nicely done, English Racing. Looked nice and clean. Barrett, Mazda Speed 3 going up against Hunter Sumner. Cork Sport Mazda over there. Hunter, 440 horse. Going up against 655. Both of them looking pretty good. Sounds like he might have got out of it in the big end. Not sure. Mile an hour will show that. 149.4 for Barrett. The Cork Sport Mazda Speed 3. 140.50 for Hunter in the Mustang. Spencer King in the Z06 600 horse. Scott Swanson in the CTSV 650. They barely get enough time for me to even announce them. Amazing. You can't see it out here. Lots of people out here, fans in the stands. Love that. Thanks to everybody out here. 130.4 to 152.9. Mark Brown in the big Dakota. Chris in the Challenger. Will the Duke be able to hold off? The big Duke was able to hold him off. Mile an hour for Mark. Been a best of 153.5. Not sure why that's not registering. 142.2 right there for Chris in the Challenger. Kim, looks like I got Kemp in that RS7 Audi. Kyle in the 350Z. Probably wait for timing and scoring. Something's up there. Not sure what. Might also have a plane. We've got a plane that's taxiing currently at the moment, so we'll probably hold the starting line. It's a great time to go over our syndication partners at 1320video.com, and of course revolution.com, streetfx, shiftsector.com, and jeffreyjhart.com. There's the plane right there. Are you ready for this? Plain sight. Out here at beautiful city of Marion, Indiana, brought to you, of course, by First Farmers Bank and Trust, Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Ignite Racing Fuel. We got Vengeance Racing. We got Fat House Performance. We got English Racing in the house. We got all kinds of great sponsors. Hefner Performance, Alpine Stars, Roush Performance. I saw them out here. Locally, we got Warrior Breed Motorcycle Club. Always like giving them a shout out. They work really hard to put this event on, so can't tell them how much I appreciate that. And Glad you're all joining me. You can see the plane right there taxiing somewhere. Not sure where they're going. Looks like they're ready to go somewhere fun, though. Got quite the entourage. Hopefully the Jeep doesn't clip the wing. Just kidding. And I joke. So making sure that the plane's going to clean. This is, you know, an active live airstrip. To those that weren't thinking about that, we will be landing planes and having planes take off frequently throughout this broadcast. So always fun to see that. I know we're waiting for Routine Racing. They're flying in this weekend. So we'll be landing them, I'm not sure what time. But at some point, I believe they'll be using the big runway. Of course, Routine Racing has the English Racing GTR builds. Some pretty fast mile-an-hour cars. One of them's been a best of 244. That's right, you heard what I said. 244 miles an hour, best so far. Think about that for a minute. Could you even imagine going 244 miles an hour and hanging onto a steering wheel? I mean, come on. There's our fans in the stands. I can see right there on our live stream. Background, of course, you got Jacob James, that beautiful green semi. Can't miss. Look at all those cars and people. Thanks for being out here at the beautiful 2021 Indy Airstrip Attack. Of course, we got a lot of people out there. Look at all of them enjoying the beautiful day of racing. Lots going on. First Farmers Bank and Trust. You can see the inflatable pig right there. Hey, welcome back. Hopefully you're joining us on 1320 Video or Street Effects, maybe Revolution.com, ShiftSector.com, and or JeffreyJHart.com. Excited to be out here with all of you here and at home. Having some great racing. We're looking for some big 200-mile-an-hour cars coming up. We just had a plane that we had to taxi that just took off. Probably hear that in the background off my mic here. But excited that you're all joining us at home and here. Both. See our grid girls out there. There's the plane right there. The plane. The plane. That's for all of us old people. That's me. I'm the oldest person here, pretty sure. But there goes a beautiful plane. That's why we had to kind of slow everything down. Right now, Vengeance Racing, Ned Dunphy, and that beautiful orange Viper, best mile an hour, right off the trailer, 220. I know when I talked to him earlier, he was looking for more. Our runway's clear. We're back to our grid girls. We're going to let them go. That right there is Kyle in the 350Z, Kemp in the RS7. Well, the Audi found the gas pedal first and made really good use of it. Kemp is on the boil. It's already been a best of 144.6. Looking good. Kyle was a little late bloomer, but got it going on. 147.01 for Kemp. What did Kyle do? 168.3. Just took him a little bit to figure it out. Got it done, though. Seth Moore, Camaro SS, Jason Burrow, Hellcat. Right there on the starting line. Great view of our grid girls. Give a shout out to our camera person there on the starting line for all those great shots, and also making sure they get the cars in there too. Because, you know, sometimes it's hard to pick. So Seth in the Camaro, Jason in the Hellcat. 155.6 Seth, 144.1. Next up, Brennan Castro, Challenger, TJ Falconer, 17 Corvette, 860 horse in the Challenger. So Brennan in the Challenger, 860 horse, 155.4. David Webster, Christopher Engel coming up. Letting them go faster than I can announce it. Brendan with a 155.4, TJ with a 125.3. David Webster there is in the Hellcat. Christopher Engel in the SRT4, as I like to call it. Fancy Neon. David with a 148.5. Christopher with a 146.9. Mark Brown in the Big Duke up against Scott in the GT500 right there. Big Duke making its way down, towing the GT500 right there. Mark and the Duke with a 164.9, new best. Scott with a 160.2. That car was fast. Paul coming up in that 65 Mustang, been a best of 172.8. Thomas in the S2000, best of 117. Big mile-an-hour difference between these two. So that's a great shot from the starting line up above. Thanks to the Revolution.com team for all that they do. Pretty fast. Paul right there. He just keeps going faster. 177.5. Thomas with a 118. Both of those cars went faster. Now we got Kevin Redeem's GTR. Here you go. English Racing. Just a little baby warm-up. What's that mile an hour going to be? 206.61 miles an hour right off the trailer. Boom! English Racing in the house. Rudine Racing driven and owned. Zach Moore coming up the ZL1. Ben Stoner in the GT350R. Like Ben got out of it potentially. There's something made him get out of it, looks like. Zach with a 145.3, Ben with an 84. Now we got Remy Rudine, English Racing, 1800 horse up against Ned Dunphy, Vengeance Racing, 2600 horse Viper. This is going to be a big showdown. What's it going to do? All-wheel drive against rear-wheel drive. I hope you're seeing this at home, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Remy Rudine in the English Racing built GTR. Vengeance Racing on the other side in that beautiful orange Ned Dunphy piloted Viper. Remy is on the gas. So is Ned. Both those mile an hours coming up. Remy with a 212.87 miles an hour. Ned with a 222.99. Woo! Vengeance Racing and English Racing came here to play. Nicely done. Julian Bassler right there. Jennifer Harper in the Camaro. Got to look back. I don't know if that might be Remy's fastest time on the half mile. I'll get confirmation of that coming up. There's also a new best today for Ned Dunphy with a 222.99. So Julian right now, looks like we got the C8 Corvette Perry, David in the GT350R. Julian with a 165.2 in the R8, 157.6 for the Camaro. Got here, mile an hour, 152.7 to 138.04 for the C8. Todd Durham, Lamborghini Huracan, Julian Bassler in the Nismo. So that right there looks like a good drag race from that vantage point. 156.5 for the Lamborghini. Julian in the Nismo. Not sure why that mile an hour didn't show up, but it did not. Joe Ray in a Corvette, 600 horse, 17 Corvette. Thomas, Challenger Hellcat. .2 to a 147.5 there for the Hellcat. Joe Dietrich and his Z06, Jeremy Reed in a Camaro SS. That's what you see on the launch pad. Jeremy Reed coming up there. 138.04, 154.0 for Joe. Dennis Morgan, a Z06, 1,081 horsepower. Bit of best of 204.6. That's what it said on my screen. .46.01, that was Dennis Morgan. David Robinson, 280Z, coming up, 800 horse, Tom Hunsaker in a Hellcat. Beautiful 240Z, rocking it out. Mile an hour, 175.2 to 145.8, nicely done. Raza in the M5 coming up against Glenn in the GT500. Unleaded 88. Great shot there from the drone. So Raza with a 166.2. Glenn, the 149.1. Looks like that's Steve Crabtree, 89 Mustang, Fox Body Greg in the Mustang GT. Old against new. Good looking cars out there too, by the way. 400 horse in the Fox Body, 134.9 for the 15 Mustang, 117.3 for Steve in the Fox Body. Clinton, AMG GTS, Tony in the GT350R, 1,300 horse in this case. Clinton with a 150.5, 155.3 for Tony. Up next, we got Andrew Squire, GT350. Lots of Mustangs here. Brad in the Chevrolet Camaro SS, or I'm sorry, Indy Chevrolet SS. So Andrew right there, mile an hour. 150.9 for the Mustang, 158.7 for the Chevrolet SS. It's Brandon Myers in the S10, John Gutierrez in the 370Z. Like the S10's just making a way down. We'll let him know where the gas pedal is when he makes his way through. John Gutierrez, 370Z with a 124.8. Now I got David in a 911 Turbo S. Or a bike that's registered as a 911 Turbo S. Our camera guys are looking for a Porsche, and there's no Porsche out there. That's awesome. He probably has something else registered, but that was John in the CB1000RR. So it sounds like the Porsche might have pulled out at the big end. He just did a 157.4. John, that's a new best of for him. Beautiful shot of our starting line, but we do have a little bit of... There we go. Garrett in his Charger, Mark Brown in the Big Duke. Almost like he didn't get the memo. There he goes. Running out hard. Hang on. Garrett, nicely done. 164.7. Mark Brown in the Big Duke with 161 and change. Now I got Jason Roy coming up in the 19 Mustang, 800 horse. Joseph Prince in the H2, 300 horse in that beast. Joseph, no joke there. Mile an hour coming up. There it is, 206.52 on only 2. Nicely done. Jason Roy with a 159.9. Joseph, though, 2 wheels, 206. Looking at there's Julian Bassler on the starting line. Todd Durham wasted no time, took off. Now we got Corey Combs, Mustang GT, Wayne Cordell in the GT 350. Julian Bassler back there with 126.3. Todd with 155.2. Corey Combs, Wayne on the line, or out on the starting right now. Corey with a 158.3, Wayne with that 141.7. Julian Bassler in the Nismo, Willie Balthus in the GTR. 1,000 horsepower in that beast. .148.1. Julian Bassler with a 130.17. Up next, I got Gary Ott in that beautiful Lamborghini Aventador. Tracy Nadeau in a 335 IS. Look at that beast. Both beautiful cars. Lamborghini mile an hour, 152.4. Tracy in that BMW with 151. Ronald Wise getting the launch. This car makes 840 horse. Definitely no slouch. Mile an hour coming up. 177.1. Now I got AJ Rodman in the 14 GT500. Chad in the Pontiac GTO. Good-looking cars there. Mustang had some traction-related issues. Mile an hour. Mustang 147.7. GTO with a 120. Well, you saw it flash up there on the screen. 125.4. Jeremy Reed, Sam Wampler. Had a drag race there, but he keeps getting out of it. I hope everything's okay with that car. It looks good and fast. Cool colors. Definitely picked it up there in the end. So Jeremy Reed, mile an hour, 138.5, 146.2 for that Corvette. Michael Alexander coming up with the 2020 Mustang. Mike Geiserman in the Corvette, 1,000 horsepower. Definitely got out of it a little there, maybe, huh? Mile an hour was 156.8, 182.88 there. Julian Vassar Huracan, Glenn Griffiths GT500. Sean coming up in a Mustang GT, 1990,000 horsepower. Pretty crazy. Look at that thing out there. Fox body, ready to eat. Maybe. Lots of spinning. Will that translate to winning? The Blue Tape Brigade. Pulled all the way out of that one. A little nice looking car too. A lot of Fox bodies out here. Kind of good to see. Pretty sure that car is going to go a lot faster next time, but he definitely spun pretty hard on the line, so he probably figured, probably should have stayed in it. Haroon Anwar coming up. ZR1 Robert Paxton GT500. 700 plus horsepower in both these. Cars out there. A beautiful day out here in Marion, Indiana. 149.6 for Robert. Brian Priest coming up. Clinton in the AMG GTS. Here's our grid girls and the starting line. What does that look like? Ow. Just kidding. Don't forget, unleaded 88 is the clean burning, high octane, 15% ethanol blend that is engine smart and earth kind. Find unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Just saw Brian in the Camaro with a 153.4, Clinton with a 150.6. Now we got Lon in the Corvette, Andrew in the Corvette Z06. Definitely has those drag racing shocks on the white one. He was on it there he was on it before he wasn't. He definitely got out of it. Not sure why, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Dover Fueling Solution, they're a leading global provider in advanced customer-focused technologies, services, and solutions in the fuel and convenience retail industries. Definitely stop by a Dover fueling station soon. Greater Indiana Clean Cities, a nonprofit and ethanol unleaded 88 advocate, providing the Midwest with education and project support for alternative fuels for over 22 years. Contact Greater Indiana today at greaterindiana.com to learn more. Of course, we got Casey's. Fill up with unleaded 88 at your local Casey's and grab a delicious slice of pizza, an ice cold beverage. You got to stop by at Casey's. I've been in that store personally. It's great. They're a proud sponsor and supporter of biofuels and glad to be the local convenience store for the Indy Airstrip attack. Definitely head by a Casey's near you. Of course, we're being broadcast on our great syndication partners, 1320 Video, Street FX, and of course, Global Time Attack GTA in the house. We've seen some well over 200-mile-an-hour passes so far. It's been great out here at the 2021 Indy Airstrip attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. We got all kinds of opportunity out here for some even faster mile an hour. The temperature is just perfect for making horsepower. The sun's beating down on the airstrip for some traction help. The breeze is going the right direction. It's basically a tailwind when it wicks up, so that's good. You can see all of our fans out there in the stands. Don't forget, this is an active runway. We are landing planes. We are having planes taxi. We're doing all kinds of plane activity. No pun intended. We have a plane that's actually going to land, which is why we're on hold. Just want to give a big shout out to my good friend Elena at the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Always great working with her. She's been fantastic at getting all the stuff set up for this event, has for many years. So I just want to give a big shout out to Elena, partially because I was announcing her name wrong for like 2 years. That's on me. Nonetheless, excited to be out here. There's the plane. We just saw Kevin Rudine with an over 200-mile-an-hour pass right off the trailer. Remy Rudine with a well over 200-mile-an-hour pass right off the trailer. By the way, that's English Racing's trailer. Vengeance Racing bettered in Ned Dunphy's car, the orange Viper 222, happens to be the highest mile an hour the event up to right now. We saw the return of Aaron O'Neill, English Racing. Made a nice, good, clean pass. Nice to have him back out here after 3 long years. Just saying. We're going back to the racing now. Looks like we got that S10 and a CTS V coming back. That's Derek Downing in the V, Brandon in the S10. Hopefully he finds the gas pedal. Let's find out. Might still be having some technical difficulties on the S10. We'll find out. Brandon's gonna be like, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. It's not going fast. But Derek is like, I'm out. 167.6 for him. Got James coming up in another 98 S10, 1,000 horse. Who thought they made 2 of those? I sure didn't. Looks clean, mile an hour. It's a good looking S10. Fast too, mile an hour coming up. Well, at least I think the mile an hour is coming up. How about that? Not sure why it didn't flash up on my screen. I'll come back to that when I see it. I got Nathan Campbell in the Mustang, Travis in a Z06. Mustang's got some big top end. Nicely done. Mile an hour, 165.5 to 170 for the Mustang right there. Now I got Julian Bassler in an Nismo. Julian Bassler's R8 next to him. He's got a lot of cars. What can I say? Nice guy, too. You can see the breeze is light. 146.3 to a 114.4. Tony Reed coming up to 03 Corvette. Brandon English in that Camaro SS. So there you go, Tony Reed in the Corvette. Mile an hour, 161.4, 142.0 for Brandon. Sarah Bolin coming up in a GT Mustang. Stephen Berry in an Audi R8. Been a best of 145.0 so far. Up next, I got Monica Rudine from Rudine Racing coming up in her McLaren 570. First run for Monica. Gotta like that. Here comes Monica. This is her first pass down the half mile by herself anyway, in her McLaren. Sounds like Remy's tagging along. Pretty good run, Monica. 154.06, nicely done. 141.5 there for the Terminator Mustang next to him. So a little quick backstory there. Monica Rudine, obviously, that's from Rudine Racing. You saw them over in the English Racing Camp. If you want to go take a look at those beautiful McLarens or the Rudine Racing GTRs, check them out. Cool is that shot, huh? You got Trevor Hutter, Ben Strader, my bad, in his Firebird. That's all right. I'll probably butcher a lot of names today, but I'm trying not to. 166.9 for Trevor, 155.4 for Ben, which is a new personal best. Raza in the M5, 1100 horse coming up. Not sure who he's up against. I don't have it in my queue. Nice looking car, but looks like they don't have their deets, which is why it's not coming up in my queue. Sounds like Grid Girl's giving him a little bit of a verbal, like, what's up? You can see it right there on your screen. We're going to go to a quick interview over here with my good man, Jay, in Ignite Racing Fuel. Over to you, Jay.
Hey, everybody. We're here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. We're with partner this year in sponsoring, Tade Powell from First Farmers Bank and Trust. Tade, thank you for coming on board with Shift Sector and being a part of our event this year. Tell us a little bit about First Farmers Bank and Trust and what got you involved in wanting to help support an event like this.
Well, this event is perfect for our organization. Obviously, we've got a tremendous history in agriculture and the connection with Indiana corn and ethanol. But really gives us an opportunity to bridge into a lot of new industries. A lot of our new clients, entrepreneurs, small business owners, commercial clients all over the Midwest. So this is something that supports our traditional history in agriculture. It supports our good friends at Indiana Corn Marketing Council, our good friends in the ethanol business. But we're able to branch out and meet a lot of new people in the automotive industry, in the high end. And the fact that this is my hometown makes it extra special. You're a local here. We've got people coming in from all over the country with vehicles that have been designed from all over the world. So it's super excited for our organization to just be a part of that and get to know some new people and some new friends.
Cool. So thank you for being a part of this, Tade. Where are you guys located at? What regions are you guys in?
Our retail locations are spread out geographic throughout Indiana and Illinois. However, what we're finding out, and obviously in today's scenario, we're able to serve clients throughout the Midwest. Electronically, e-commerce, concierge-style service of lending and deposit. We're able to take care of people, from a much, much larger basis than we used to be.
All right, thank you.
All right. Great job there, Jay Berry, Ignite Racing Fuel, First Farmers Bank and Trust. Appreciate everything. That there you just saw was Jason stock in the GT350R. Mark Moreno in that ATS-V, 154.8 to a 162.4. Up next, Dusty Hall, 17 Camaro. Zach Moore in a ZL1 Camaro. That's what you see on the starting line. Couple good-looking Camaros. Dusty with a 158.3, 144.6 for Zach. Now we got Tom Bretz in that beautiful 56 Chev, 1,400 horse. Jessica James, that's right, from the Hefner area. Both these cars are fast. Here comes Jessica. She's been over 200. What's the mile an hour going to be for these two? Jessica James with a 198.4, 187.1 for the 56 Chev. Definitely holding its own. Nicely done. Gabe, ATS-V coming up against Scott in his RS3. Gabe's been a best of 125.7, of course 154 for Scott. 152.3 to a 136 that time, nicely done. Chris Tarleton in the Challenger Hellcat. Kemp in the RS7. That's what's coming up. Up next, looks like I've got Kemp. He's out there right now. He likes to get going off that starting line every time. I love it. Chris is in the Hellcat there. Mile an hour for them. 147.7 for Kemp. 145.5 for Chris. Up next, I got David Webster in Hellcat. Ryan Hopkins in the Porsche 911. Been a best of 154 and change. Mile an hour coming up. Maybe. Maybe not. Didn't get that one. Not sure why. It didn't show up on my screen either. Tom in his Audi R8. Steven in the ZL1. For my mile an hour, and I'm not getting it, so hang on a second. I think they've recognized it in timing and scoring. If not, maybe somebody radioed to them if someone could. Anybody that wants to know, Chris was in the Challenger was a 145.5, Kemp was a 147.7, Ryan Hopkins in the Porsche was a 154.8. I don't have Tom's or the current cars on the grid. So, we're flying by blind. Let's see, we got an AMG GT and what appears to be a GT 500. I'll just wing it. I can do this old school. That's why we're holding at the starting line right now. I think there's a timing and scoring. I wouldn't call it an issue. I'd call it a glitch, if you will. So while we're here, let's not forget Dover Fueling Solution. They're a leading global provider of advanced customer-focused technologies, service, and solutions in the fuel and convenience retail industries. Back to green with Scott and the GT500, Gabriel in that AMG GTS. That's just how great the Revolution.com team is. Fast to get stuff fixed if it needs to be. Love that. Thank you, guys. Mile an hour, 157.6 to a 157.01. Pretty close. Now we got Matthew Moberly in the Challenger, Red Eye Octavian, and another Challenger. Challenger accepted. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'll be here all weekend long. Jokes are just getting started. So 144.3 to Octavian's 135.5. Tim Hopkins in the Lamborghini Huracan, Perry in the Corvette right there. Tim in the Huracan. 152.5. Didn't wait around for that C8 Corvette. Big news in the C8 fast Corvette world coming up. I got the news, but I can't share. Look at this. Old against new. Greg in the Jeep Cherokee 75. Steven. In the Trackhawk next to him with the launch, but is Greg in the 75 Jeep going to catch him? Because I think he's going to out mile an hour him. He's coming up on him pretty hard. You see that play out at home and here? That was pretty good. 156.8 for Steven to a 163.3 in the 75 Jeep Cherokee. Boom. Just like that. Old school took it to new school. Raza in the M5, Mike Lay in the Camaro. 2,000 horse in that Camaro. Definitely made good use of as many as he could. Raza hanging in there good. Pulled the chute, dumped the laundry. 195.2, nicely done. Mick Lay, I know he's looking for that 200. Why they let the other two cars out before two were off the track. But that was a little scary. Joe Ray in the 17 Corvette, Nadim in the M3. Hopefully they don't all find each other on the big end. Julian Bassler's two of his cars, Nismo and his Huracan. Great job. I'm just trying to play catch up at this point. Okay, here we go. That was Jason Ray in the Mustang, Hunter Sumner in the other Mustang. Don't have the mile an hour Hunter. There it is, 139.9. Jason's 149.6. Now I got Peter in the Mercedes E63, Julian Bassler in his Factory 5. That's kind of cool. Seen a Factory 5, one of those that, I can't remember what they call them, GTM, I believe. Pretty cool car. Lots of Corvette, lots of fiberglass, lots of fun. Mile an hour for both of them. Peter with a 149.11. Julian in the Factory 5. 134.3. Now I got Corey Combs in the Mustang GT. Jason Burrow in the Hellcat. Nice looking cars. Let's not forget our good friends over on Leaded 88. See one of our grid girls out there doing a fantastic job. Film crew. It takes a lot to get these events put together. So when we have a small hiccup, it's just one of those things. Appreciate everybody hanging in there. The Indy Airstrip Attack brought to you live by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. And of course, First Farmers Bank and Trust. Unleaded 88s. Obviously really appreciate their support. Good looking cars there. Corey Combs ripping through the traps with a 159.2. Jason with a 143.2. Now I got Mark and another Mustang. 950 horse right there. Beautiful car. Looks like it's ready to do some stuff. Here we go. Look pretty fast. Mile an hour coming up. 165.2. Now I got Mike Geiserman, 2010 Corvette against another 2010 Corvette. Am I seeing double here or what? I see a Camaro and a Corvette. That's not what I see on my screen. So we'll go off the screen because it's real. Grid girl doing a little dance for everybody at home, hiding behind the flag. Team at revolution.com. If you're out in the pits and you can hear me, please, as you make a run when you're on the return road, slow down. I got kids. I got small family members. Slow down. All right, up next, it looks like we got, let's see here. What do we got? Kent in the CBR 1000R. Tyler McGinty. Unleaded 88, yellow headlights and all. Here he goes. Made a good run on the bike. $151.7 for Tyler in the unleaded 88 BMW. $138.9 for the bike. Now I got Josh in the Ram TRX. This will be the first one I've called on these Ram TRXs. I know they're fast. Let's see how fast it is. This is from Graham Rahal Performance. It's the GM, actually. Look at that, huh? Graham is just beating up on its little brother. That's a big bye-bye. Looks like he's waiting for him to catch up on the big end. I think I see him hit the brakes and everything. That was fun. All right. Mile an hour. I'm not sure the car next to it, but the mile an hour for Josh. He slowed way down, 102.2. Nicholas O'Hara, CTSV, Ryan, and the Mustang. 1,000 horse in this beast. Been a best of 160. You see that. Not sure why he slowed down and hit the brakes. Can anybody see the truck? Is it off the track? Just wanted to make sure that we've got a truck, that truck is actually, I can't, it's not in my vantage point, so I don't know if it's off the track or not. All right, it was a good run for both of them. Nicholas in the CTS-V with a 148.6, 167.1 for Ryan in the Mustang. Now I got Steve Crabtree, 89 Mustang GT, 400 horse, going up against, well, no, that's not what I see here. I got Kevin Rudine in his NSX, Hugh in the Tiger. That's what I see right now. May be able to hold him down. I don't know. Let's find out. Nice looking NSX. Mile an hour, 142.9 for Kevin Rudine in the NSX, 152.3 for Hugh in that Sunbeam Tiger. Now I got Greg coming up in a Mustang GT, Steve Crabtree in another Mustang GT. Looks like it's going to be new school this time around, hard to say. Mile an hour, 128 to a 115 for the Fox body. Coming up next, Tim Hopkins in the Huracan, Daniel Bartram and his Huracan. Big power difference between the two. All right, there's our beautiful Lamborghinis. Tim in that 16 Huracan, 1,300 horse, making its way down. Big mile an hour, looks like, out of that car this time around. 178.4. I figured, yep, there you go. Tim with a 178.4 to a 156.1. Eugene McAllister coming up with a 335i. Russell in a 69 Nova SS. That's what's on the starting line. Ready to go. Nova was looking good there. Mile an hour, 150.6 for the Nova, 161 for the BMW and the catch-up. Brandon in a GTR 600 horse, John in the Hellcat Red Eye. Some beautiful cars out here. Hopefully everybody at home's having a good time watching the live broadcast. Of course, that's carried by 1320 Video, Street FX, our good friends over at Global Time Attack GTA. I'm going to throw an interview over to my good friend Jay Barry from Ignite. Take it away, Jay.
Thank you guys for being a part of this. Tell us a little bit about what you guys are up to and what you're doing.
All right. Well, so at the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, we sponsor events like this that promote ethanol. Increase the awareness of it, the benefits of it, the cleanliness of it, and just all the benefits of ethanol, the power, and all the environmental benefits of ethanol, as well as other corn promotion that we do within our council to promote the uses of corn.
It's pretty crazy to think that we're out here surrounded by cornfields, yet this ethanol goes all over the world. Do we do a lot of exports? Where does a lot of the ethanol go to?
Absolutely. Exports are a huge part of ethanol within the U.S., Brazil, India, Indonesia, several other countries that we are doing a lot of promotion with through our channels within Indiana Corn Marketing Council and the U.S. Grains Council is a big promoter of ethanol and corn in all forms.
So always remember, everybody out there, ethanol, clean fuel, clean engine, clean air. Thank you for being a part of this. Check it out. Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Shift Sector. Thank you, guys.
All right, great job, Jay, as always. Once again, thank you to the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Appreciate all your support, everything that you all do. Just out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana. Once again, thank you for joining us out here. Having a great time, plenty. Probably the most I've ever seen at an Indy Airstrip attack. More 200-mile-an-hour runs here and capable cars than we've ever had out here. So you're in for a good time, that's for sure, if you're just now joining. And if not, boy, thank you. Great interview by Jay Barry. That's Ignite Racing Fuel Director. You see the starting line right there. On that starting line is Michael Rieger. He's been waiting. Right next to him is the bike Joseph Price, Kawasaki H2. Of course, all these great shots provided to you by Revolution.com, doing a fantastic job. I'd even say and risk to say that Nick is pretty foxy. That's right. It's one of my film guys. All of them doing a great job. We got a GoPro on the car here. Is he gonna catch the bike? Tough to say. Pretty good mile an hour though. There you go. 206.33 miles an hour for the H2. Michael Rieger, no slouch either, 161.8. Now I got Tracy coming up, 335 IS Tom Hunsaker in the Hellcat. I'm gonna go large. I don't know why that gentleman's arms are crossed, sir. I'm not really sure. To those that asked. Throwing down the Gapple sauce. Mile an hour, Tracy coming up. 92.1 to 150.3 for Tom. Andrew coming up in a Z06. John Gutierrez in that 370Z. Hope you're having a good time at home watching the live broadcast. Takes a lot to get this done. Of course, if you're here enjoying the scenery, you can see our flags go in the correct direction. A little tailwind, and they're off. Andrew in the Z06. John coming up right behind him there in the 370Z, at least I think so. There he is. 157.4 for Andrew. 125.7 for the 370Z. You got Julian Bassler's, some of his cars coming back. He's made 8.2 runs, having a good time. Let's see one of our grid girls there. At least their arms. Probably looking forward to that extra spicy camera angle that we provide every now and again. You know what I'm talking about if you're at home. Mile an hour. Bada bing, bada boom, 152.8 for the Huracan. Now we got Julian Bassler's Factory 5, Kitten Tyson in his Camaro SS. Great shot from our drone. Does look like our grid girls had some caffeine, so that's good. much on the factory 5. Nice run there. Kenton with a 168.2 to a 132.7. Now I got Lon Burling in the Corvette. Steven Ulrich in a ZL1. See it right there, fueled by Kansas. Getting ready to launch these two cars up in the front. Let's not forget our friends at American Lung Association. Both these cars letting them eat. Yum, yum. 160.2 for Lon. 148.2 right there for Steven. Now we got Tony in a GT350R. Peter in that Mercedes E60 or E63S AMG. It's a tongue twister. American Lung Association supports the use of high-octane, low-carbon biofuels, a clean air choice alternative to petroleum fuel because of biofuels' ability to lower tailpipe emissions and combat climate change. The choice is easy. Choose biofuel. Good looking runs there. Gotta like that. 178.7 to a 148.4 in the bins. Up next, Al McClure in the Saturn. That's right, I said Saturn Ion. I said it, I'll say it again. Saturn. Hunter Sumner in the Mustang next to him. Not sure why it's listed. Not even sure why it's listed as a Saturn Ion, but that's what's showing up on my screen. I'm pretty confident that that is a Corvette. Just saying. Would have been more exciting if it was a 2006 Saturn Ion that went 150 plus miles an hour, but hey. See what it says there on your screen? Yeah, somebody did the switcheroni. Kind of like when you have a car insured and that. So Corvette, mile an hour, 148.2. Hunter Sumner with a 139.5. Josh Kalis coming back. A beautiful 69 Camaro. Let's see if he's going to stay in it. It looks like he is. Sneaking up on the new combo. Nicely done. Mile an hour coming up. 174.08. Looks like they were having some early traction related stuff. Believe you me, that car is bad fast. Greg coming up in the ZL1. Ryan Hopkins in his 911. Camaro and 911, beautiful cars out there. Like the shot, like the timing everybody's doing from the starting line and our broadcast. Thank you for everything. Makes my job a whole lot easier when I know what's coming up. 152.1 to 154.4. Pretty good drag race right there, the ZL1. Now I got Raza in the M5, Willie in the GTR. See him right there. Kind of the camo, but not camo wrap. Good looking cars. Looks like they're off and going well. Raza in the M5, Willie in the GTR. Looks like Willie decided to shut her down a little early. Raza stayed all the way in it. 1100 horse M5 is definitely fast. 159.4. Willie got all the way out of it, so who knows? Went a little bit over the speed limit anyway. Robert Browning in the 19 Challenger Hellcat. Matthew Moberly in another Challenger Red Eye Hellcat. Those are tongue twisters. I'm telling you. Nice looking cars out there. Superchargers. Work it. Robert, mile an hour coming up. 152.2 to a 144.6. Got Stephen Barry in an Audi R8 coming up against the King. That's right, Mickey Noriasada right there. English Racing back in the house. Mickey's already been a best today of 191 right off the trailer hit. This is an old build, lots of miles and race miles mostly on this GTR. Great to have the Noriasadas out here racing with us all. A good launch for Mickey. Is he going to be over 200? He's not mousing around. Mile an hour. 195.06. Mickey Noriasada English Racing. Nicely done. Stephen Barry, I'm not seeing his mile an hour show up on my screen just yet. There it is, 99.4. Now I got Greg Kelson in the C8. Another C8, a new one, and then Micah in the Durango. That's right, a Durango. And believe me, or believe you me, these are 700 plus horsepower Durangos. Anybody want to guess if the Durango will go faster than the C8? Because my money right now is on the Durango. C8 should be anywhere from 135 to 140 if it's stock, which I'm almost going to guarantee it's close. Let's see. Big weight difference between the two. This is why I don't gamble. Just throwing it out there. Literally, that is one of the faster half-mile C8s. So it was like, was that car electric? 142.9 to a 137.6. It was closer than you probably thought, but I really thought that the Durango had him. That's why I don't bet. Nice GT500 Scott Sheldon coming up. Andrew Squire in a CTSV. 1100 horse in this beast. Look at that thing. Yowzer. Had one of our smallest supermodels come over and give me some Rice Krispie treats. Thank you for that. I'll call her Little Berry. She knows who she is. 160.8 to a 155.07 for the GT500. Mark Bayless coming back. Indy Garage in the house. 19 Hellcat. Tyler McGinty in that unleaded 88. I-30 or 135. There they are right there. Unleaded 88. Love the wrap, the whole bit. This is the Indiana Corn Marketing Council sponsored rides right out here. Don't forget. Indiana Corn Marketing Council, they serve Indiana corn farmers and help create demand and broaden markets, opening opportunities down the road and across the globe for Indiana's corn farmers. And of course, not to sound too corny, don't forget Unleaded 88 is the clean-burning, high-octane, 15% ethanol blend that is engine smart and earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Nicholas O'Hara in the CTSV. John Moore coming up the Z06. See him right there on your screen. Or if you're here live, right out there. Of course, couldn't be doing any of this without our great sponsors. Fat House Performance, Vengeance Racing, Indy's Garage, Ignite Racing Fuel, First Farmers Bank and Trust, City of Marion, English Racing, Nicholas O'Hara, mile an hour coming up. 146.2, 154.6 for John Moore. Now I got Spencer King and Kent in his CBR 1000 RR. Spencer in that beautiful black Z06. Looks like he's set up for some traction. That's what he's hoping. Out here live. 2021 Indy Airstrip Attack. Of course, brought to you by... Sorry, I had a distraction. My bad. All right, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Some of my favorites. Mile an hour, Spencer, 154.2. Kent with a 145.3 coming up. RJ Gottlieb in big red. You see it right there. Big wing work, big well. Right off the trailer head, 214.4. Of course, they've been on top speed of 266.2. They are the world's fastest 69 Camaro, and everybody's here to get a piece of them. Look at that beast. That is all of it right there. Can't get enough of Big Red. Let's see what they'll do with alert, fire, and safety. Here he goes. He's definitely in the big power. Mile an hour coming up. 208.82 miles an hour. Trying to get all that power harnessed and on the ground, never an easy task out at these airstrips. Because, you know, it's an airport. Just throwing it out there. Bill Rigall in a Z06, Kemp Cunningham in his Audi RS7. That's what you see right there. Don't forget, Unleaded 88 is the clean-burning, high-octane, lower-cost fuel choice for virtually every vehicle on the road today. Find Unleaded 88 at UNL88.com. Unleaded 88, engine smart, earth kind. Bill making a big pass. Mile an hour. 191.2 right there. Besides, what's not to like about better engine performance? Cleaner air and lower cost. Get all three when you fill up an unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind. Like me. I'm kind. So it looks like we got Kemp up there waiting RS7. Going up against Garrett in the Charger. Great looking runs for both of them, actually. 166.8 to 148.08. Behind that, I got Dennis Morgan in his Z06. Beautiful car. You see it right there. I'm going to give a big shout out to my main man, Jay Barry. He's going to conduct another great interview as only Jay can do. Over to you, Jay.
With Rowdy from Graham Rahal Racing. Welcome out here to our event. This is the first time you guys have been out here. Tell us a little bit about your shop and everything.
Yeah, we're really excited to be here. So I'm here with Graham Rahal Performance. We're located in Brownsburg, Indiana. We are a full-service shop from dynos to wheels and tires, general maintenance. We do all of that. So we're really excited to be here to show off what we do.
So what do you think about this event? Obviously, this is your first time. You've never been here before. What do you think about it?
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. We could not have asked for better weather. So it's just been really fun getting to chat with everybody and hang out at our booth, and it's been a great time so far.
Cool. So check them out, Grand Rahal Performance out of Indianapolis. Thank you for coming, being a part of this. And one last thing.
Yeah, for sure. We're so excited to be here. Thank you for having us, Jay.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, Jay, as always. Appreciate that. We got First Farmers Bank and Trust, their Corvette out there up against Jacob James and his R8 right off the trailer. Hefner Performance, 2027. What's Jacob James going to be? Hefner loaded up all kinds of great fast vehicles in Jacob James' big green truck. Can't miss it. Beautiful right over here. Gotta like it. First Farmers Bank and Trust. Comes Jacob James with a big Hefner Performance pull on the big end, mile an hour. That looked fast. 206.42 miles an hour. Jacob James, Hefner Performance in the house. Great, nice run there in the First Farmers Bank and Trust Corvette with a 148.8. Dave coming up in the 911S. Trying to get traction, having kind of a difficult time. Not surprised with all that power. Dave's got 1300 on tap. Just trying to get it done. AJ Rodman coming up in the GT 500 Octavian in that Challenger. See at the bottom of your screen there, those are all the fastest mile an hour runs so far of today. So you can see them there on the bottom of the screen. Great shout out to our syndication partners, of course, 1320 Video, Street FX, our good friends at Global Time Attack. Appreciate all that. Great mile an hour there, 161.4. We got Paul coming back. That beautiful 65 Mustang keeps going faster. Been a best of 177.5. It's a road race car. Love that shot. Revolution.com team doing a great job as always. Paul, mile an hour. Is he going to go faster this time? Been a best of 177.5. 178.1. He keeps getting faster and faster. Something tells me he's got a little more power than what he's sharing with us. Nicely done, Paul. Brian Madden, Challenger, Hellcat, Gabriel, and an AMG GTS. That's what you see right there. Got him at the end. Plumb crazy at the end right there. Breyer, 170.9 to a 158.6. Shout out to Missouri, Kansas, Illinois, Nebraska, and Kentucky Corn for their support towards Unleaded 88 and an Indiana Corn Marketing Council, who all serve corn farmers across the country that help demand and broaden markets, opening opportunities down the road and across the globe for America's corn farmers. Once again, thank you to the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Specifically, Elena, appreciate her being out here as always. Works really hard to put these on. Looks like we've got a little neon race. Look at that, fancy neons. It looked like a drag race until it didn't. Not sure what happened to the blue one. Might have got scared of the red one. I don't know. Either way, one was faster than the other. Mile an hour, 135 to just over the speed limit. All right, next up, I got Julian Bassler in his Huracan, Sam in his Corvette. Been a best of 146.2. Look at all those cars waiting to get out there. Have you ever seen a line of cars quite like that? I kind of doubt it. You only see those at the Indy Airstrip Attack course out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana. Big shout out to the city of Marion, Indiana. Thank you for allowing us to come out here every year, put on a show for everyone here and on the big screen. Wow, that's one way to make up a gap. Stayed in it to win it. Mile an hour. Sam was all the way in. 156.2 to 154.2. I got Tom Bretz in that beautiful 56 Chev. You'll wait to see it here on your screen coming up. But oh boy, are you in for a treat. This car is beautiful. Already been at best of 187.6. Every pass has been over 184 miles an hour. Just saying. Look at that car. Oof. Car's pretty good too. That looked good and clean. Mile an hour. 189.55. Nicely done, Tom. Out there getting it done in a 56 Chevrolet. Let's hear it for him. Woo! Ryan Scholler coming up, Camaro SS. Chad Redder in a GTO. Looks like we've got a plane making an escape. We're getting him taxied out. Might have to do a little hold.
I saw you smoke that light.
Beautiful view out here. Once again, nice reminder that this is an active airstrip. And we are taxiing airplanes. We're landing airplanes. We're doing all kinds of stuff with airplanes.
Thank you.
forget
guys.
Casey's out here. You can fill up with unleaded 88 at your local Casey's and grab a delicious slice of pizza with ice-cold beverage while you're there. Casey's is a proud supporter of biofuels and glad to be the local convenience store for the Indy Airstrip attack. I don't think you'll be taking that plane to the Casey's, though. Just saying. I mean, they're cool and they have a pretty big place, but I don't think you can land a plane on the highway there to go fill up with unleaded 88 at a Casey's. But you might call them and try. I just wouldn't suggest landing without calling first. Just saying. Greater Indiana Clean Cities, a nonprofit and ethanol unleaded 88 advocate, providing the Midwest with education and project support for the last 22 years regarding alternative fuels. Contact Greater Indiana today at greaterindiana.com. Look at all of our crowd out there. Everybody give you a wave. You're on TV. Everybody that can hear me, everybody wave. Woo! Up in the air. You can see that beautiful 56 Chev there. Here comes the airplane. It's going to be a race between the drone. Yep, you can see the drone following the airplane right there. It's going to be a race. What's going to win, the airplane or the drone? Dum da da dum da da dum da da da. He's going to fly solo. Get it? So there is a bunch of our crowd out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana. Appreciate everybody being out here on a gorgeous day, nice and sunny. We're just getting a plane taxied off.
I gotta pee. I'm hungry.
We're going to see what the plane traps here in just a second. Ha! What do you think? 120? That's right. Looks like the plane's leaving the burnout box. Oh, yeah. He's on the boil. Hang on to your shorts. Oh, my goodness. Is he going to stay in it? Oh, look at that. We've got a full race right here. Deplane. Making a full pull. And we have liftoff. Is going so fast that he actually took off from the airstrip. Amazing. Let's hope we don't have any of our 200-mile-an-hour cars, or any car for that matter, that has to take off like the airplane. That wouldn't be good at all. Just throwing it out there. Lots more racing coming up out here. Beautiful Indy Airstrip attack, of course, brought to you by Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Unleaded 88, and First Farmers Bank and Trust. Going back to green. It was Ryan Scholler in his Camaro SS. Looks like he did a 136.4. Chad Redder in a GTO. See him right there up next to that Lamborghini. Don't have him on my screen just yet, but it's coming. Good looking GTO out there. Looks like Chad's going to make a solo pass. That means all by himself. In the GOAT. This time it doesn't stand for greatest of all time. It just means it's a nickname for the GTO. Top speed? Half mile? Did he beat a 125.4? Let's find out. 125.1. Almost. Missed it by that much. Todd Durham in the Lamborghini Huracan. Been a best of 156.5. Looks like he's going up against, I'm not really quite sure what just yet. Looks like a Camaro from my vantage point. Not sure whose. That's Jennifer Harper. That's right. 750 horse. Jennifer's been bad fast out here last year and this. Been a best of 157.6 in that one. have some fast American classic muscle cars out here. 56 Chevrolet, almost 190 so far. Big Red, well over 200 so far. A little bit of everything for a little bit of everybody. Glad you're joining us live out on 1320video.com. 156.1 for Todd in the Huracan. 156.9 and the mile-an-hour win. Jennifer Harper. Mark Moreno, ATSV, been a best of 155.3. Peter in the AMG, been a best of 150. Good launch strategy by the AMG. Nice runs there, mile an hour. 153.01 for Mark in the ATSV, 146.2 Peter in the AMG. We got Brennan Castro Challenger coming up. Josh in that Ram TRX. For all those that want to see it again, here you go. Don't forget, what's not to like about better engine performance? Cleaner air and lower cost. We'll get all three when you fill up with Unleaded 88. Visit UNL88.com. Unleaded 88, engine smart, earth kind. And maybe one of these guys is running that in that, maybe that TRX. I don't know, but it was fast before. Here we go. That TRX is no slouch, but he's about ready to get gapped. Bus lengths. Now we're down to semi lengths. Yeah. Hello, welcome to Applebee's. I have your order. It's now ready and has been served to the TRX. 170.2, that's probably why. Brennan, no slouch there at 112 for Josh in that Ram TRX. Obviously, Graham Rahal performance for the TRX. Aldo Pareto, Lamborghini Huracan. Brandon Myers, 98 S10. That's right, I said a 98 S10. See it right there. Aldo got out of the big power, not sure why, but he was looking real good there. S10 having a pretty good run there too. 150.2 for Aldo. S10 just crossing the line there with a 120.8. Still, that's an S10 going 120 miles an hour. Come on, man. Todd Nall, GT3 Porsche, here he goes. Todd's always a good time. Been a best of 192.5 today off the trailer. He's been over 200. Then you got Stephen Barry in that V10 Audi. Beautiful cars right there. FP Performance certainly in the house. Amber, if you're out there, hello. Comes that FP Performance GT3 Porsche. Looks good, mile an hour coming up. Todd, there he goes with a 201.52 miles an hour. Second hit off the trailer. Congratulations, Todd. Nicely done. Stephen Barry with a 142.3. Up next, I got John Gutierrez in that 370Z. TJ Falconer in the Corvette. See them right there. Beautiful cars, both. Looking good there. TJ with clear lead on this one. Mile an hour, though, coming up. 610 horse should do that. 147.2 for the Corvette. 128.1 for the Z. Andrew Squire in the CTSV, 1100 horse in this beast. Clinton High in the AMG GTS, both been over 150. Good looking cars too. Kind of like a good AMG. Beautiful shot there. All the fans out there enjoying a great day of racing out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana. A lot of people here, a lot of cars, a lot of fast cars. Definitely want to thank all you viewers at home watching on 1320 video or Street FX or Global Time Attack, Revolution.com, ShiftSector.com. Thank you to all of our viewers at home. Wish you were here with us, but this is the next best thing, right? We're doing, I think the team's doing a great job getting it all done for you. Just saw the big red Camaro do over 200 in the half. First time in an airstrip attack that's happened, so that's good. They've been faster than that. Nice to have you joining us. Thank you once again out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana for the Indy Airstrip attack. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully you're seeing some great stuff like we're seeing out here. The film crew's doing a great job capturing all these moments, so if you see some stuff you like, great. If you see some stuff you don't like, well, we're doing the best we can, right? We're out here in the middle of nowhere in a cornfield, and so we're doing everything we can to get you the best service out there. So look, looks like we're going to be back to racing here in a second. Yeah, we had a car that was too close to run away. Had to kick him out. Gave him the big boot. See ya. But we're back. Andrew Squire, CTSV, Clinton, and that AMG GTS. Beautiful cars. Here we go.
Yep, yes, ask Jeff. I'll ask Jeff.
.157.7 for Andrew. Clinton with a 147.6. Mark Brown and that big Ducati. Now we got a Lamborghini Gallardo. There we go, 2,000 horsepower.
Right here in the shop.
Coming up. Should be a pretty good run. We're going to find out anyway.
All right.
Go up against the big Duke on the other side. I don't know if they run them side by side or together. Kind of gearing up for what appears to be another awesome Jay Barry interview. Let's carry this race and see what happens first. Sidgen in his Gallardo. Could be a big mile-an-hour car. Let's find out. Looks like he's in it. That mile-an-hour looks strong. Coming up. 212.46 miles an hour. Woo! How'd you like that? Mark Brown and the Duke with a 112.9. Looks like I got Tim Hopkins in a Huracan coming up. Jason Burrow and the Hellcat next to him. See it right there. Beautiful cars. My goodness. All right, let's see what these two will do. Tim and the Huracan, Jason and the Hellcat. Looks like he got out of it a little there. Not sure what's up. Oh, he's making up for it on the big end all the way. Tim and the Huracan and the late minute pole. mile an hour. 160.1 to 145.1. Now I got Brendan in the Ferrari Pista. Yep, looks like we're going to go straight to Jay Barry. Looks like he's got unleaded 88 and Elena. Go for it, Jay.
I'm here with Elena Jetty from Indiana Corn Marketing Council, who's the director of the biofuels. Elena, thank you for being a part of our amazing event. Tell us a little bit about your organization and what do you think about today?
Well, thank you so much. Well, we are here and we're representing over 30,000 Indiana corn farmers, and half of the corn crop goes to ethanol, which powers these high-octane vehicles that are behind me. And so for me personally, this is our second year live stream, and just so excited to be here to participate in this Indy Airstrip Attack 2021.
So I'm seeing a lot of cars out here with unleaded 88. What is that? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, so unleaded 88, also known as E15, it's 15% ethanol in every gallon of fuel. Currently, it's about 10% in the market right now, and so we're just promoting 2001 or newer vehicles. Fill up with unleaded 88 at a pump near you. If you can't find one, go to unl88.com or download the Gas Buddy app to find one for free. And then we also support higher ethanol blends like E85 Flex Fuel. You know about E85, Jay. So just excited to support ethanol homegrown here right in Indiana.
Lena, thank you so much. And it's hard to believe, but guess what? Majority of your cars out here running today, they're all running ethanol. Clean engine, clean fuel, clean air. Ethanol, that's what you need.
All right, nicely done. Who knew that Unleaded 88 or Indiana Corn Marketing Council actually had modeling? That's amazing. Nicely done, Elena. We got Monica Rudine out there in the McLaren 570. Already been a best of 154. She's looking pretty fast out there. Let's look at that mile an hour. A 155 once, and Monica Rudine was able to go a little faster. You can catch that car and many others over at English Racing. Nicely done, Jay Barry, and obviously Elena. Indiana Corn Marketing Council in the house. We got Dave Briggs coming up, Turbo S Porsche, Raza on the M5. That's what you see right there. All right, Raza right there. Waiting for the mile an hour. Dave Briggs, 204.82 miles an hour. That's a second over 200 mile an hour run for him.
Hey, Jeff, do one more for this.
Looks like I got David Webster coming up in the Hellcat against the M5 there. Great view on our starting line. We got to go for the launch. David Webster coming up. .148.0. Raza's still kind of going slow. Not sure. Hopefully everything's okay. Andrew coming up in a Z06. Tommy in a ZL1 Camaro coming up. Gonna wait to get the other car all the way off the track. Camaro with the gap sauce right there. Nicely done. Mile an hour, 162.0 to 156.9. Got David Robinson in a 280Z coming up next. Paul in that beautiful 65 Mustang. Just want to thank everybody, obviously, for joining us. We're going to take a very small break. Lunch, everybody's hungry. It takes, takes a lot to get these put together. So we're just going to take a small break. Don't go too far. If you're joining us, you can find us right there. Appreciate everybody joining us. We'll be back with some well over 200 mile an hour passes here at the 2021 Indy Airstrip Attack within the next 45 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Come on back. Get some snacks. We'll be here.